We are living the bee-free life on an epic bucket list trip across Europe. Our first stop is Venice, Italy, where we chose an adventure with Viator called One Day in Venice.
Holy crap. So I will be your guide for the Venice in a Day tour.
Join us for this epic adventure. Oh yeah, and at the end of the video, we'll share our tips and tricks that we learned along the way. Good morning, friends. This morning we are in Venice, Italy. We are about to take a one day in Venice excursion.
Yep.
We booked it through Viator.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be exciting and we won't get lost because we're with somebody.
And we found that if you book an excursion, if you're only going to be somewhere for a very short time, you can maximize and get everything in. So let's go. It's nice. It's so early in the morning that we're here pretty much, it seems like, by ourselves. It's so peaceful and beautiful. So I would recommend getting up early and heading to your meeting spot early so you can enjoy some of this before the crowds come. One downside is that when you get out this early, I can't find anywhere to get coffee.
No, you'd think that there'd be something open, get a bakery open or something, but not yet. Seems like maybe they're not early birds around here. We found a bakery and coffee shop down one of these little side streets, and it smells fabulous. Can't wait to try it. Holy crap. I've never really had a croissant like that. That's so friggin' light and fluffy, crispy thing. I don't even know how to explain it. It's fabulous.
There are literally so many places to eat here, so many good little cafes and great little stops, so make sure if you're here that you check out all of those opportunities. We're at the meeting place. Now we're just waiting for our tour guide to arrive. Can't zoom in.
I got my official badge for the tour.
We had a great guide for our Venice tour.
One of the things that made the tour so great is that they actually gave us headphones, and the tour guide had a microphone, which made it so much nicer because we could actually hear everything the entire time.
So I will be your guide for the Venice in a Day tour. Venice in a Day means that we stay together for the biggest part of the day. This morning we had 2-hour walking tour, and then you will have half an hour group gondola ride. And then I give you 1 hour 10, 1 hour 15 minutes free time for lunch. Later, and we enjoyed the church and the palace with the skip the line tickets.
Our first stop was the fish market, which is called the Venice Rialto Market, and it's the place for locals to do their groceries, and it's located in the San Paolo district.
This market's open from Tuesday through Saturday from 7:30 to 12. But unfortunately, we were there on a Sunday, so it was not open.
Our tour guide told us that the best way to discover Venice is to get lost in its maze of calles, campiellis, something like that, I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, and hidden courtyards wandering aimlessly. Venice is built on 118 small islands in the Venetian lagoon, connected by over 400 bridges. There are an infinite number of so-called scant or hidden courtyards in this city. You would think that you were just walking around and there was nothing around the corner, and then you would turn the corner and it would be a huge, beautiful big church. It was like being in the secret garden and never knowing at which turn there was going to be some amazing thing. The next stop on the tour was Rialto Bridge, which is a stone arch bridge crossing over the narrowest point of the Grand Canal in the heart of Venice. It was built in the closing years of the 16th century, and the Rialto Bridge is the oldest bridge across the canal.
And the Rialto Bridge is actually considered to be an architectural and engineering achievement of the Renaissance.
I was so excited for the gondola ride. You just can't come to Venice and not partake in this activity.
200 years ago, there were over 10,000 gondolas, but the aristocrats, they preferred horses until they outlawed horses, and then eventually the aristocrats embraced the gondola as the main form of transportation.
Today there are only about 400 gondoliers, and they're used by tourists only. Becoming a gondolier, though, is not an easy task. It actually takes about 400 hours and 6 months of skilled learning, and that culminates in a test that must be passed, and only 3 to 4 licenses are given out each year.
The skill set of the gondoliers is amazing. They're coming within half inch of bricks and other buildings and different stuff, and they can navigate precisely. It is very impressive.
We spent our free time exploring some of the foods in Venice. We started with cicchettis.
Cicchettis are little sandwiches that can have just about anything on them: meat, cheese, seafood. Basically, it is a little piece of heaven in your mouth. The next thing we tried was a little nutty kind of cannoli with a pistachio filling.
That's really good. It's almost like a nut and caramel coating holding the pistachio cream. Very good.
And we finished off our food tour with some delicious Venice sandwiches. After our delicious lunch, we visited the famous St. Mark's Square, which included our last few stops in our excursion for the day. So it looks like we could have seen a concert potentially. See behind me last night, But Kevin was scared. He was scared to come out at night.
Actually, I think they might be setting up.
Weren't you scared?
No, I was not scared. We were tired.
St. Mark's Basilica, the largest church in Venice, was our first stop in St. Mark's Square. And the cool thing about our adventure, Venice in a Day, was that our excursion actually included skip the line tickets, which really helped us maximize our time because we didn't have to wait in any lines. We were able to just walk right in. And the church was absolutely beautiful. Just remember though, you do have to have your shoulders covered, knees covered, and your chest covered.
Stayed on the floor for a long time.
Our last stop for the day was the Doge's Palace, and the good news was we didn't have to worry about dress code there.
The Doge doesn't care about your shoulders and knees, so you can get naked or be yourself.
And so wraps up our Whirlwind Venice in a Day adventure. What a remarkable way to make the most of our limited time in this enchanting city. From iconic landmarks to hidden treasures, this tour truly let us experience the essence of Venice. It provided us with a wonderful introduction, helping us find our footing before we explored on our own. If you're considering this journey, I wholeheartedly recommend it. Just lace up those tennis shoes though and be ready for a day full of discovery and excitement. Venice has so much to offer, and this tour is a fantastic way to start your adventure. So get out there, be free, and have an adventure. See you in the next adventure.
One thing that we did that I would definitely recommend is we got our phones so that we paid the international fee so that we were able to use our phone, and we've used it all the time for Google Maps to get around. I don't know how we would find anything.
Yeah, no. Let me just show you what we're walking in, and this is what you would see. Not sure how you would figure out. There's a bunch of these little skinny walkways through.
They're called roads.
Well, whatever. I don't know if you call them a road.
No, they are. They have street signs.
Well, it's more like a path. But they twist and turn and go all over, and there's a bunch of them that intersect. So I don't know how you'd really figure it out otherwise.
When entering the churches in Venice, it's important to remember that you have to have your shoulders, chest, and knees covered.
If you opt to eat at St. Mark's Square, just remember you can't actually eat in the square. You'll have to stand up and eat outside one of the restaurants or somewhere near there. When you first arrive, avoid sitting down at a restaurant and just enjoy all the little appetizers at the Baccari that you'll find, the little pubs that line the streets.